Did your dad fly the plane here for you guys?
Yes, he did. Yeah.
What's that like? I think it happened maybe one other time last year, but just, I mean, to the World Series of all places, how cool is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a special moment. I think he's flown us before, and it was a really special moment for him, and a lot of the guys, they loved it, and staff members, they had a really great time being able to kind of see some things they don't really get to see. And my dad was a Marine pilot, so he's like really into like aviation and explaining it to everyone, and he's not afraid to talk about it. So it's good. Everybody feels like the pilot's a little bit more personally invested into the flight, so they feel a little safer. So it was good.
And will he fly you guys back tonight or tomorrow?
Yeah, he's flying the family plane back tomorrow. Yep.
Nice.
We'll go to Zach and then Gary in the second row. Behind you, Zach.
Has he ever given you any flying lessons?
We just growing up, like we used to have like the printout of what it was like in a cockpit in my room, so we knew all the buttons and stuff, and I didn't really know what it was. I mean, we were just messing around. And then I've flown with him a few times in like smaller planes and stuff like that, and he's tried to kind of bestow his knowledge on me, but I was always baseball first. But my brother, who's 2 years older than me, is now he used to play baseball as well, and now he's becoming a pilot. So he just got hired by airlines, and he's kind of following in the footsteps as well.
You think after baseball you might try to do that too?
No, that's a hard no on that.
Go to Gary on your left.
If I remember correctly, the last time that he flew you guys, you had some critiques for his landing.
Yeah, I think I've heard a lot of really good things about the landing. So this time, everybody said it was like the best flight they've ever been on, and they felt no turbulence. So it was all good things that are coming out of this one.
No critiques from you?
No critiques from me.
Go to John, and then we'll stay in that row.
What's the? I mean, you guys have bounced back from a lot of stuff, but what's the process? Like, is it something that Aaron says after the game? Is it something that Judge? Like, I mean, is it unspoken, or is it spoken? Kind of how you react after something like that.
I'd say it's unspoken. I think we understand that these series are potentially 7 games, and it's obviously every game matters, but obviously when a game ending like that happens, it takes a little bit longer to process than some of the other ones. But once the night ends, it's like, we're on to the next game, and we understand that you got to be able to compartmentalize games and move on, and we know that this is going to be a long series. It's not they obviously got the first punch in, but we got a long series to go, and we understood that this was going to be a tall task, and not just come in here and expect to win every single game. So we'll be ready to play tonight.
And as you get ready for your own first World Series, I mean, there's so much talk about like shutting out the noise and everything. Are there benefits you can get from the noise? Are there things that you can take from the excitement and the adrenaline in the environment?
Yeah, totally. I think being able to use the adrenaline and kind of like the butterflies and the excitement, it can take you to another level. I think if you watch throughout the playoffs, like obviously this has been a great playoffs for all the teams and a lot of high-level games being played, and I think that's credit to hyper focus when you're in these situations and you're playing in these atmospheres. It just can take your game to another level if you let it. Now it can work on the other side as well if you let it get to you, but I try to use it as a benefit and kind of try to take the adrenaline and everything that comes with it and bring my game to another level.
And we'll stay on your far left here, Clarke.
Hey, Clarke, if I could ask you a pitching question. Between the last year and this year, you've managed to separate your cutter and slider shapes pretty distinctly. Did you make any conscious changes to separate those shapes? And do you have like cues that you're thinking of when you throw those pitches?
Yeah, I think last year was the first full year of throwing the cutter. So there was a lot of growing pains with that. I think, there was times in the year would be really, really good. And then over the course of 32 starts, you would kind of lose feel for that. And maybe you lose feel for your other pitches. So in the off season, like that was a main focus, was kind of cleaning up the shapes and making sure that I can consistently repeat them at a high level. And I think, we've done that really good this year, being able to, like you said, differentiate the slider and those are the cutter, when you throw cutters and sinkers, it's such a feel pitch that they're complete opposite. Obviously, the movement profiles are going opposite directions, but to make them move the way that they're moving, you have to. It might not look like it when you're watching it, but you have to do things different. Maybe not with your body, but with the, like you said, the feel of it. So sometimes if you kind of say you throw a cutter with the sinker feel, then it's not going to have that same cut. So I'd say over time with repetition and continually throwing it, and just obviously focusing in on bullpens in the off season and lives and stuff like that, we've gotten to a point where we feel very consistent with release points and the feel of being able to differentiate pitch to pitch.
Brian, third row center.
Clarke, you're going to pitch a World Series game at Yankee Stadium. When you hear that, what are your expectations for that atmosphere?
Yeah. I mean, it's a dream come true. I think. Being able to pitch the first game at home and a pivotal game, and this has kind of been, I've always dreamed of stuff like this, and it's just been better than my dreams so far. Like everything is kind of blown it out of the water, expectations and stuff like that, and I'm obviously very excited to get out there, and but I know that I have a job to do, and we're trying to win this World Series, and I think. For me, I'm just trying to go out there and execute and do my job, but obviously very excited, and I'm trying to do my best to take as much in without trying to, I'm trying to be as present as I possibly can. So there'll probably be a time of reflection when this is all over, but for right now, just very focused on my job.
Ron, right up front, Clarke.
As the Game 3 starter, do you go back ahead of the team, or do you go with them tomorrow?
I'm gonna travel with the team, stick with the guys. Yep.
And you mentioned your brother. What's his name and age?
Clarke Schmidt, and he is 30 years. He's 2 years older than me.
C-L-E-T-E?
A-T-E, yep.
C-L-A-T-E?
Yep, yeah.
Other questions for Clarke? Nothing else? All right, Clarke. Thanks so much for your
you,
time.
guys.
Appreciate it.